Chapter 14.
I clung to Tobias's feathers. It was easy enough to do. Fly legs can grab onto glass or hang upside down on a ceiling. I could feel the wind whipping around me. It rattled my wings and actually whistled through the chinks and joints of my tiny exoskeleton. An incredible array of aromas assaulted my sensitive antenna. Unfortunately, the main things my fly brain seemed interested in were anything sweet, anything rotting, or anything decayed and putrid.
This is a little like that shrew morph I did early on,
Rachel pointed out.
The same interest in dead meat.
Suddenly, a monster! It loomed huge in my compound eyes. Smaller than me, but still way, way too big.
What the?
I yelped.
What? What is it?
Cassie asked.
Oh man, I think it's a flea. It looks about the size of a poodle, but not even slightly cute. Wait a minute,
Tobias cried.
Are you telling me I have fleas? Just one that I've seen,
I answered.
Now he's gone. He probably jumped off.
Actually, I was lying. The flea was working his way along Tobias's skin, beneath the feathers, looking for a good place to sink his penetrating, bloodthirsty tongue. But somehow, I didn't think Tobias would want to hear that.
Okay, we're at the hospital,
Tobias said.
I'll take a low pass, then tell you guys when to jump off. Kind of like an old war movie. You guys are the paratroopers. Good example,
Marco said.
Ever notice how in those old movies the paratroopers mostly get shot? Jake?
Cassie whispered to me in ThoughtSpeak, so that no one else could hear.
Yeah? You could still drop out of this mission,
she said.
Everyone would understand. Thanks, but no. Tom or no Tom, the Yeerks have to be stopped.
That's what I told myself anyway. I guess it was true.
Okay, everything looks fine to me,
Tobias said.
I see an open window on the 3rd floor. No screen. You're sure?
Marco asked.
Marco, in light this bright, I could tell you if there was a single strand of spiderweb across that window, let alone a screen. He said spiderweb,
Rachel moaned.
Help me!
Marco mimicked. By absolutely terrible luck, the old version of The Fly had been on TV the night before. Like fools, we'd all watched it.
I don't understand what this means,
Axe grumbled.
Get ready,
Tobias said.
3, 2, 1, bail.
I leaped from his back. I opened my wings. The slipstream was so fast it sent me tumbling, end over end through the air. But as my speed dropped, I quickly gained control.
Everyone okay? Yee-haw!
Rachel said.
I see the window opening,
Axe said. I saw him fly past me like a buzzing, wobbling, careening jet fighter. At least I think it was him. I fell in behind, following his wake. It turned out Axe was wrong. What he'd thought was a window was actually a small sign on the side of the building. With fly eyes, you had to get pretty close to see anything, so we blazed along the face of the building for a while, trying to spot it.
Keep going,
Tobias called to us.
You're almost there.
Suddenly, I could feel a rush of cooler air billowing out at us.
Here we go,
I said. I turned into the current of air, and seconds later was in the relative darkness inside the building.
Okay, we're looking for anything that might be a miniature Yeerk pool,
I reminded everyone.
Everyone except Axe has been near a Yeerk pool, so try to remember that smell and see if your antenna pick up anything similar. I'll tell you one thing, I'll bet I know where the maternity ward is. I smell large numbers of dirty diapers,
Rachel said.
Okay, let's split up, like we planned. Axe and Cassie, you're with me. Rachel and Marco, be careful.
Rachel and Marco peeled off and soon disappeared from sight. The three of us flew out into what we figured was a hallway, since it seemed very long and had bright lights all along it.
I smell poop. I smell a banana. At least, I think it's a banana. And I smell more poop,
Cassie said.
Say one thing for flies. If you ever need to find poop, hire a fly.
Below us, barely visible, we occasionally caught sight of big, moving oval shapes, the tops of people's heads. But with our limited sight, they seemed like floating islands of hair moving on a blurry sea.
How's our time, Axe?
I said.
We have used 20% of our time,
Axe reported.
Good. That's right on plan,
I said, trying to reassure myself as much as the two of them.
Yeah! What is it? That human tried to reach up and hit me,
Axe said.
but he was very slow. Hey, Cassie said. Hey, do you guys smell that? More poop? No, similar to poop, but different. A strange smell. My fly brain doesn't know what it is. I'm trying to remember. I too am smelling something,
Axe reported.
but not very strong. I'm thinking we turn right.
Cassie suggested.
Right turn,
I agreed. Now I was getting the scent too. A dark, deep, rich aroma. Sweet and oily.
Marco, Rachel,
I called to them in thought speak.
you guys have anything? Barely here. Must away. Nothing. We are at the limits of the thought speak range.
Axe said. Now the scent was more powerful than before.
In there,
I said.
I think that's a door.
We landed. My 6 legs, each armed with sharp talons and sticky pads, gripped the smooth surface of the door.
Here's a question,
Cassie said.
How do you open a door when you're like 1/8 of an inch long? Down to the floor. We can walk or fly under the crack.
Seconds later, we were on the linoleum, marching jerkily forward. We passed beneath the door, then instantly took flight again.
Oh man, there is definitely something here.
Cassie said.
Over there. Do you see a big shiny looking superdome kind of thing? Yeah, I agree. I think that may be it. Does anyone see anyone in the room? Any humans?
No one did.
Okay, Axe. You demorph first. If someone barges in, your Andalite body will be more useful than the two of us as humans. Yes, Prince Jake. Axe, you really don't have to call me that. Yes, Prince Jake. I am beginning the change. Cool. Cassie and I will hang out on the ceiling.
A few moments later, I saw a vast eyeball stuck on the end of a long stalk come shooting up toward us, where we hung upside down. One of Axe's extra stalk-mounted eyes. The eye turned to look at us. Then, a violent vibration in the air. The eye disappeared from sight. And a second vibration, like something heavy falling.
Axe, are you okay? Yes. There was a human here. But he is unconscious now.